Hi, everyone, and welcome to the Infinite Power Within. I am Lauren, and I'm here to ignite your power, awaken your desires so you can live the life you deserve. Today, I want to talk to you guys about, are you breadcrumbing your desires? Are you wanting something, feeling something, and then you pull back because it's not reasonable, or it doesn't make sense, or it could never happen, it's impossible, it's a fairy dream, it's a daydream? Have you done that? Or do you go into your imaginal acts? Do you go into a session of meditation and you feel all of this opulent, magnificent ideas running through your head, and only to just squash them down, make them smaller, make them more realistic? I've done that, and I'm sure you have done that too. And what we do in these situations is we limit our unlimited God power. Those ideas, those feelings that are rushing through our body when we're in stillness. Now, I'm not talking about when we're chaotic and things are going crazy and we kind of wish ourselves to be someplace else. I'm talking in those moments where you are connecting with your God gene, your God nature, the essence of who you are, and you are thinking and going to these realities where it's lavished, it's incredible, it's amazing. Because we breadcrumb our desires. Is it no surprise? Do you breadcrumb other things in your life? I know I have. You breadcrumb that relationship, the relationship that you really want and you know you're worthy of, but you take just the breadcrumbs, just to be in their presence, just to make excuses for them, why they're not showing up in the way that you want them to show up. Have we done it with our job? Have we just, okay, I have a job, it's okay, it's fine. Instead of going into our imagination and imagining being so appreciated, promoted, praised, acknowledged. Okay? So I'm not saying that we go out into our 3D and we mess around with it. Neville Goddard says it's just a shadow anyway. But in our imagination, in our quiet moments, in our imaginal acts, why do we breadcrumb what we really want? Okay? Why do we think of an incredible vacation in the Maldives Islands on those little huts and that beautiful aquamarine water? And we go there and we're there and it feels so real. And then we're like, I'll just settle for going to Florida and going to the beach in Florida. But I live in Florida, so it is what it is. Or you think about being on your private jet and feeling the luxury of the seats and feeling the attention and the pampering. And then you're just like, well, that's not real. At least if I could go to Texas and visit my sister, that will be fine. We breadcrumb what we really want. And don't you know that's your soul? That's your soul. That's the God force, the God power within you, who is always wanting to expand and express more fully this experience. This never stops. It never stops. And I know we live in a society where, you get married, you have the kid, you have the white picket fence, and you're supposed to be happy. You're supposed to be happy. And I had all that. And I was nothing but miserable. because it didn't come from a place of gratitude. It didn't come from a place of authenticity. It's just what I was supposed to do at the time. And I had to go through a real tough journey to realize that that is just an illusion, that the happiness and the power can only come from within. But we are supposed to, when we get something or someone or whatever, we're supposed to constantly being wanting and desire. Desire is from God. Desire is not some egotistical thing we have to like kick out of our body. It is from God. The desire for more, the desire to express ourselves more fully, the desire to start an exercise program and change our body or eat differently or have different relationships, more consciously aware people around us, the desire to grow in our company or to move on to another company, the desire to have, even like new bedding, new blankets, new pillows in your house, or a new cabinet, or paint your walls, or a new car. It can be big or small. It doesn't matter because all desire is the same. It's just consciousness wanting to become something, right? So I think of it as like almost like clay, which I wish I had clay to show you guys. It just wants to form into something. Okay? That's why you might have the urge to get rid of your clothes or get rid of some clothes or buy a piece of clothing that is opulent or it doesn't make sense or you don't really need it, because that is your consciousness moving, expressing towards something else. But we second guess ourselves all the time. We make the coffee or the tea at home when we really want to go to Starbucks or Panera or wherever coffee shop because it's more economical, because it's within our budget. And you don't go and spend all your money at Starbucks. I'm not saying that. But you wake up one day and you feel good and you feel aligned. And you're like, I'd like to go to Starbucks and get my coffee today. How do you not know that there's a connection there? There's someone you're going to meet. There's a conversation you're going to hear. There's a book you're going to see that you need to get next. See, we're all connected. But we breadcrumb our desires. Oh, I need to save money. I need to pay off this bill. I need to take care of this. So I can't spend the money. I can't buy those new shoes. I'll just go to the gym with these old sneakers. No. Maybe you need to save up, but you go buy those $90 sneakers. You go buy that $100 workout outfit. You go buy, ladies, I'm sorry for gents, you go buy that new bra, right? And those new undergarments, because it makes you feel good, because it is you expanding. It is you wanting more. It is you wanting more. And that is the way it's supposed to be. That is your truest self. Your truest self. I spent a good amount of years just settling, thinking that I was so enlightened, thinking that as my home space kept getting smaller and smaller, to the eventually I thought I was going to end up in a van traveling the country. Nothing wrong with that. But I was just making my desires just fit more my reality. Well, this is okay. This is okay. It's okay to shop here. It's okay. And I'm not saying that there's not seasons where we have to be more conscious of our spending and we have to be, always be aware of where our money's going. I'm not saying that. But it's a trick. It's a trick. Apathy is a trick. And we can become so apathetic in not giving a whatever. And we really are going backwards. We really are shriveling up and slowly just dying. And that is not what the soul came to do. That is not what consciousness wants to do. Consciousness wants to continually expand and continually express itself. There's a quote, which we're going to talk about in another video, but it's by Thomas Troward, and it says, "The divine mind, my mind is a divine operation, the divine operation of fullness and expression." We are constantly supposed to express more. And it comes from a place of peace and calm. And then it moves out. It moves out. Because the void is nothing. The void is nothingness, no one, nowhere, no how. Joe Dispenza talks about this. But you're not supposed to stay in that nothingness. You're not supposed to be walking through your life in nothingness. You are the only one, the numero uno, in a billions and billions of people that can express consciousness like you can. That's why there can be 8 billion people on YouTube and it not be saturated, because we all have a unique spark. And ask yourself, are you breadcrumbing your desires? Just like you have in every other area of your life, your relationships, your job, your finances, the things that you want. Do you breadcrumb? Do you just accept this because that's all you believe you can have? Well, that's why you keep getting only the breadcrumbs, because you believe that's all you're worthy of. You believe that. And part of the powerful, infinite power within, you have to know. Because when you know, nothing can stop that from happening. It's kind of like a little trick. It's kind of like a little inside job for us not to realize how much power we do have. Because if we really knew, we would be unstoppable. You see, it's not about just you or me or anybody else. It's about all of us. And if you, my friend, don't live up to the highest version of yourself, I suffer. Your neighbor suffers. The people in your kids' school suffer. Your partner suffers. That's how important this is. That's how important it is for us to live at our highest self. So, you have to know that those desires that seem like loco, crazy, as Neville says, out of this world, are your God infinite spark speaking to you. And those are yours. Those are yours. Those are your divine right. right? So maybe you are working a 9 to 5 job and you can't pay the bills and it's really a struggle, and you go into your imaginal act and you see yourself owning a private jet. Okay, maybe that's a really hard jump to make, but go there anyway. Imagine those beautiful seats. Imagine all that tension and appreciation. And whether that specific thing ever really manifests in your life is irrelevant, because it's how you feel. And you can feel what it's like to own a private jet and have a staff and a private pilot and delicious food and delicious things around you. And you can feel them coming by and giving you that warm, wet cloth. And you wipe your hands and you put it on your face. Put the cucumbers on your eyes. You can just go and enjoy that. Or just go do it by yourself. Go do it in your house. Cut up a couple of cucumbers, put them on your eyes, put a warm cloth on your face. I'm in my jet. I'm in my private jet. Okay? But maybe it'll give you a prompting to be like, you know what? Go give yourself a bubble bath. Go grab a Starbucks. Go home a different way. Oh, I have an idea. Let me present this idea to my boss. You see, those are little seeds it's like they're little, well, breadcrumbs really, but they're little things that are being shown to you along your path. And it's important that you take them. It's important that you grasp them. Okay? The world needs the highest version of you. It's not a joke. And if you are one of the chosen ones, chosen to understand and to know that they are the infinite spark of God, it's your responsibility now to live up to that. Don't breadcrumb your desires. Those things are meant for you and only you. And those things are yours by your birthright. So you ask yourself, are you settling? Just like you settle in the 3D world, is that transferring now into your imagination, into your dreams, into your desires? And if it is, it's time to change. It's time to change. It's time to desire and receive only what you truly want and what is of your highest good. Because accepting breadcrumbs does nothing for anyone, including you. It's living, limited, shackled when you are a limitless being. You are whole and you are perfect and you are the infinite spark